डर तो लग रहा था और आते जाते मेरे को बिकॉज आई हर्ड कि ऐसा वैसा, मैंने कहा चलो फिर भी मैं हिम्मत करके घुसा। आई सिंपली आस्क्ड द कॉस्ट ऑफ ए शूज, कैन यू गेस कितना था बिलाल? हाउ मच? हैं? 4.25 लाख रुपए। मैंने उससे पूछा भाई इसको कोई खरीदता भी है क्या? उसने ऐसे देखा मेरे को। तो एक तो पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट के लिए आते तो होंगे तभी वो रखा है। 4.25 लाख रुपए का जूते। तो एक तरफ हम बात कर रहे हैं कि भाई फॉर्चून एट द बॉटम ऑफ द पिरामिड, तो ये कहीं ना कहीं वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द आंसर। या नेक्स्ट, कैन वी गिव टाइम टू द नेक्स्ट आंसर?
Good morning to you all. Basically, I would like to apologize to Mr. Professor Naveen for serving as a radiologist in ESI Hospital, Agra. But I want to be an entrepreneur in the forthcoming years. And the basic thinking, what I think about is that I would work for 2-3 years or 4 years and gain experience from the industry. Because I have seen many budding entrepreneurs. There is a program on CNBC TV 18 which comes on Sunday on some people, and there are many concepts which are coming out slow from the people. And one of the examples from it is that Mumbai Vada Pav. There is the person who started that Vada Pav business was, he worked in the industry for 4-5 years, and after that he thought of starting a hotel. He started it and he found he was dumped out of the industry. But after that he went for eating a Vada Pav one day and he had a concept. Now he has more than 8,000 chains, sorry, not shops as a chain, retail outlets in Mumbai itself. And they are becoming bigger, and now they are coming in UP also. So there are many things to do, and there are many opportunities which are coming into India. So I wanted to quit the service industry, which my father and my Tauji is also a civil servant. He was a civil servant, and I want to be there on the stage.
Okay, thank you, students. Please take your
Give a
seats.
clap for that.
Question is not questions. I just would like to contribute on it.
Dr. Anshuman, can I request, can you take permission from the organizer, because how much time we have, because we love to speak, we can speak throughout the day. Let us see the time, how much time, Mr. Ashish Gupta?
I would like to ask you. Sir, nowadays as you are seeing, basically now we are no more in a license rush in India, and basically the era of regulated market, it has gone. Now basically we have a deregulated market. Effective is important.
That's a difficult question for me to answer. But one of the things that is being realized, even abroad in foreign countries, what people were thinking that it is used to be a one-way model where the students would go from developing countries for education, and big countries provide education as service providers, and they return and get absorbed in the labor market. But now, what even the developed countries are recognizing, which will make them a global citizen rather than a Canadian or an American citizen. So they are now sending their own students to the developing countries to have their own first-hand knowledge in order to become good entrepreneurs and see the markets themselves on a very first-hand basis. The same thing when the students from India would go abroad, they will also see this. So in order for the globalization, for the global market, each of us have to aspire to become a global citizen have the knowledge of the entire global situation.
Just to add to these questions, Dr. Gupta, because you have been the regular visitor from Canada to India, India to Canada, and you have had both the worlds, India as well as Canada. Just I want to ask you, I mean, what is the basic difference you find in attitude or in personality or in culture in Indians as well as Canada, and I mean, how do you rate? I mean, the difference is basically for the betterment for India or for the world? I mean, just one point for the positive difference and the one point is negative difference because we have a time constraint. So I would not like to lengthy answer. I mean, I will not ask you to give a lengthy answer, but just give a brief answer. I mean, one difference of positive and one difference of negative vis-a-vis Canada. I mean, from the personality point of view, from the attitude point of view, which make a basic difference in characteristics of the.
Well, let me give you a very, very short answer. In India, whether the students or the businesses, if we can't take care of ourselves, our parents or the God will take care of ourselves. We assume that. In India. In Canada, the same Indians who go there, they cannot make that assumption. They have to assume that I have to take care of myself, and that is the most positive point of the same Indians in Canada and negative point of the same Indians in India. And the result is that what I have seen, that Indians in India who work 6 hours a day, in Canada they will work 16 hours a day, without complaint, which they will, now the thing is that here lots of things are family oriented and so on, the responsibilities you should take, and therefore that zeal does not come unless it is inbuilt. But when you go outside, it is a kind of an entrepreneurial talent that you have to carry, that you have to make way for yourself. Nobody is going to look after you, you have to look after yourself. Now, if the same spirit you can have in India itself, I think India would be more successful than any North American country or any other country.
Okay, very satisfying answer, sir. Now I keep the session open to the students for the question answer. I would like to invite only 2 questions because we are running short of time. Please raise your hands. First come first, sir. Yeah, please. Anybody take the mic?
Is a successful businessman, and what do you think? They are leaders or managers? If they are leaders, how? If they are managers, how?
Your question is to whom?
Yes, sir. You.
To me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will call them, they are the leaders because, they are basically organizing an organization of 5,000 people. And the organization is of a loose kind. It's a loose kind of organization. It's not they do not have the codified rules and regulations. So trust building, it's, they are the leaders, and the reason why they are leaders. Because one of the main tasks of the leader is making the trust building. And reaching to the hearts, if it would have been a manager, then he would not have cared whether he is winning the heart or not, because it's a rule-based. If you are not working, you will be chucked out. But reaching to the heart, that is basically the task of the leader, I think, which he is performing very well. I mean, this kind of organization only can be run by a leader, not by a manager. So I will call him, as per my thinking, he is a leader.
Yes, sir. And if they are leaders, and for being the entrepreneurship, education is necessary.
That's why I asked these questions. The education, if we just see our very successful entrepreneurs, right from the Tata, Birla, the first generation of these legend organizations, if you see, so they have never had the management education. They never had the management education. It is basically the basic attributes, the basic personality attributes they had. It has helped them to basically become a successful first leader, then entrepreneur. So first they have been the leaders, then they become the entrepreneurs. You know, of course, Anna Hazare is also there, but he is a social leader. If you see any examples who have started from the bottom, who have started from the scratch, first they have been the leader, good leaders, then they turn to be entrepreneurs. And second generation, third generations, even after acquiring the best educations, because the third generation of that business, even after acquiring the best education from the best institutions, they cannot emulate, they cannot achieve what their forefathers have achieved as a leaders and as a starter. As you know, starting always needs a lot of energy. Reaching from 0 to 10, it takes a lot of energy rather than reaching from 10 to 50. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, the next question, please.
First topic, which is the replication of the model of Dabbawala into our kind of system. To me, see, there are always, I'm not talking about commodity sector, even in the services sector, there are always different kinds of treatment systems. For example, in medical.
This is an observation or question?
This is just an addition to the discussion.
Please. But brief.
Because we see that in medical also there are different kind of systems, Ayurvedic, allopathic, homeopathic. So their kind of business is, to me, is Ayurvedic system. So there is no much of replication of the model to our system. But what we can learn from them is the time management or the logistics. And their system is all based on logistics only. Whereas we also need some portion of tactics also. So we need a trade-off between tactics and logistics in our system. And second is the question, why today we are always talking only on entrepreneurship skills? Because see, there are always three kinds of source of earnings, business, service and profession. With self-employment also.
Can we discuss these questions in the Q&A? Because I think it's a debatable question.
Fine.
We can have a leisure time to discuss this. I just want to invite one question from the students, the last question. Yeah, please.
This is the last question. And we can have a discussion of the line also during the tea break.
So, Professor V.K. Sharma, this would be that looking at the example of Dabbawalas, they are what I want to ask over here is, instead of encoding it into entrepreneurial values, logistics, supply chain management and all those things, isn't these are the basic human values or moral values or serving the mankind they are doing, or we can build up big businesses or big services to contribute to the mankind instead of embedding it into entrepreneurial values and discussing it all those things. Basic Gandhian values I would like to emphasize on.
You see, initially with a very small this one, and he has added more and more numbers, and as the business has slowly expanded over the last 130 years, people who have joined in have imbibed the same culture, the same sense of participation, the same sense of belongingness, and above all, the same sense of service. So essentially, they are very happy serving the people, and for the amount that they are earning out of that service, and the feeling of togetherness of being an important part of that particular community, that is very satisfying and fulfilling to them. They don't see anything beyond that. They enjoy that work. Whatever they are earning is enough to meet their needs. Whatever sense of self-worth they have keeps them happy. So they are doing a wonderful job. That is how it has grown. Nobody has structured this way. It has evolved, and if you go deep into how this has evolved, this is the value system and the culture of which they are a part. तो अगर वो वैल्यू सिस्टम, अगर वो जीवन का आदर्श या वैसे विचारधारा नहीं होती, तो एक साथ 5,000 आदमी रुक नहीं सकते हैं, लड़ेंगे भिड़ेंगे, आरोप लगाएंगे, दुनिया भर के फ्रिक्शंस पैदा होंगे, हायरार्किकल फ्रिक्शंस पैदा, ऐसा उनमें कुछ नहीं है। आपस में कोऑपरेट कर पा रहे हैं। क्यों कर पा रहे हैं? क्योंकि वो उसी विलेज से आए हैं, पास के विलेज से आए हैं, एक दूसरे को जानते हैं, एक दूसरे के लिए सम्मान है, और जो काम वो कर रहे हैं वो उनको पूरी संतुष्टि दे रहा है, और जितना पैसा वो कमा रहे हैं उससे उनकी जरूरतें पूरी हो रही है, बहुत खुश हैं कि बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं। तो इसलिए वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्टिक कर रही है। उसके पीछे एक एटीट्यूडनल, वो एटीट्यूड कहाँ से आया? जैसे गुप्ता जी ने कहा, डॉक्टर नवीन गुप्ता ने, इट्स बेसिकली क्वेश्चन ऑफ एटीट्यूड। अमूल डेयरी चल रही है गुजरात में, सक्सेसफुली चल रही है, दिल्ली तक को सप्लाई कर रही है। पराग डेयरी नहीं चल रही, लॉस में चल रही है। मध्य प्रदेश की डेयरी नहीं चल रही है, राजस्थान की रोते गाते चल रही है, सरकार के सपोर्ट से चल रही है। कहाँ से डिफरेंस किया है? वो मानसिक दृष्टिकोण का फर्क है, एटीट्यूड का फर्क है, थिंकिंग का फर्क है, और उसको किसी ने एक सूत्र में पिरोया, और वो सूत्र में पिरो के वो बढ़ता चला गया, और आज 5,000 लोगों का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो गया। लेकिन अगर वो संतुष्ट नहीं होते उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, ये बिखर चुका होता कभी का, 120 साल नहीं लगे सर्वाइव करना।
So with this, I wind up the first sessions, and thank you, sir. Thank you all the panelists. It has been a very wonderful discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. Now we request all to proceed for tea. We will be reassembling after 15 minutes for our first technical session, which has very interesting presentations. Guests and faculty members are requested to proceed in conference room next to the chairman office, and students to cafeteria. Thank you. Mr. Mayank Jain, rapporteur. We request all the dignitaries to take place on dais. Now, I would like to call upon our first presenters in the series.
Credentials. Next. First of all, the introduction. Mumbai businessmen are the main customers for the Dabbawala, right? Dabbawalas को हम ये तो कह सकते हैं ना कि they are the, अगर ये जेलर नहीं है अंग्रेजों के ज़माने के, लेकिन ये अंग्रेजों के ज़माने के डब्बावाला जरूर है. Next. Leading without suits and ties. Now, next, please open all. Now, these things are in your mind, that how they do recruit, working of incentive system with equal pay for all. Do they know their clients? Dealing with growth, competitors, world is changing, but not Dabbawalas. Exactly. How do they recruit? Actually, last day we have listened them that how come they can recruit the people? Because all of them are under their particular location, right? And just because of that, they can know each other well about their preferences, about their attitudes, right? Working of incentive system, pay for all. Equally, they all are entrepreneurs in that particular time, right? From the working time, from 9 to 5, that is. Do they know their clients? Yes, they know their clients. They know their and their competitors. All the fast food chains, they are the competitors of Dabbawalas. World is changing, but not Dabbawalas. Yes, because world is changing with the technologies, with advanced and modular technologies. But Dabbawalas, gentlemen, they are not using any sort of technology with them. Next. So I deliver the dice to Shilpi. She will bring you up about the facts.
Thank you so much, Ankit. Now, we will discuss some facts about the Dabbawalas. There are 5,000 Dabbawalas who cook food for 2 lakh people, means they do 4 lakh deliveries per day. The area covered by them is 75 kilometers. They make less than 1 mistake in every 16 million deliveries. Now, we can say that is efficiency. The total turnover of the association is 380 million per annum or 49 crores per annum. Next slide, please. Now we come to the structure of the association. The association lies mainly in three tiers. The first one is executive committee. It mainly includes governing body numbers, and in last, there are 500 members which are known as the Dabbawalas. Next please. Now, the Dabbawalas are divided into subgroups of 50 to 25 and each supervised by 8 Muqaddams. All the Dabbawalas, cultural similarity of the staff, all the Dabbawalas wear white kurta and pajama and gandhi dhoti during the working hours. Distinct local entity of the Dabbawalas, they always deliver the dabba on time and they behave properly and respect their customers.
Next.
This
Next.
is-
Next. Hold. Now, straight away we can come to the success factors, that why they are the best. They are the masters of supply chain management. So here are a few of them. PCS factor, passion, commitment, and synchronization. Yes, gentlemen, their passion. They are dedicated, purely dedicated to their work. Their commitments and their synchronization of efforts